What's up? Day two. Ready to express. Like I said, this is therapy. This is me taking the time to unpack. This is me conducting messages, downloads, having moments of honesty, having moments of realness. And again, getting shit and my personal experience the fuck up off my chest to either help or inspire or to let people that are going through these things in different levels to know none of us are tripping. So, yay. So thank you for bearing with me, guys. All right, and action. Now, now everything will be kind of like what shit was building up to. Because there's still more. Like, again, this is something that has to be compacted into layers. Mm. So, again, disclaimer, because every video has to be shot with a disclaimer, because y'all know the motto. Mm-mm. And I'm leaving that at that. It gets weird. That's it. Anyways, so where was I? Yes. um, like, no names will be dropped, nothing will be mentioned, no details, no. Don't have to worry about a thing. Everyone is a fathom of my imagination as I'm explaining the story. So, anyways, where was I? Okay, so bam, get back to the other side, right? All this shit going on with mommy. Not supposed to be knowing what's going on. Not supposed to be knowing what's happening. Not supposed to be. None of it is supposed to be a thing. But again, like my spirit is all like, nah, like again, I do this in real time. Like I do this in real time. Like it's not an act for me. Like so it's just like the fact that like I'm like still got blood on my brain and I'm still sticking by this. I'm just like, oh shit. Now, one of my friends, someone they let me know, and I saw them a few weeks ago, and again there wasn't a lot of people that was like there straight away fresh out of it, but he was one of them, and he lets me know, he's just like, yo, like when you came out, like you was talking some shit. I was like, wait, what? He was like, when you came out, he was just like, you was like, you just got back. I'm like, huh? He was just like, yeah, you came knowing you just got back. Hold on, real quick. I'm having a, because I look the fuck good. Anyways. No, so yeah, he's just all like, you, like, I'm not even about to sit up here and like have that moment of vulnerability because it's like I know y'all want the details, but I'm gonna break down the details that I got for y'all. Again, while everything's going on in the physical, all this like crazy shit is happening. I'm literally, here's what I'm about to tell y'all. Here's the oh shit, here it is. Took him long enough. It took him to get what the fuck I stayed dedicated watching this shit. Alright, here y'all go. I was in some places. Yeah. Yeah, that's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to hear it, right? I was, baby, it was beautiful. What? What? It was. Again, I'm about to say like the next thing. This is just my honesty. This is my honest truth. This is everything. Like, I'm just keeping it fucking real with y'all. Don't think for a second. Listen to me and listen to me good. because I don't want anybody like throwing like false narratives and shit on me. I hate it. But in moment of honesty, don't think for a split second I wanted to come back here. I do not want to hear it from nobody. I don't want to hear, oh, that's so selfish. That's so. Save it. Do not want to hear it. I just do not want to hear it. Do not think I came back off of my own free will. That was out the question. And I had a near death experience a few years like ago where I had died in my sleep and yada yada yada. And the same thing had happened. And I remember being mesmerized by all that light, all that purity, all that consciousness. And there was a voice. The voice was like everywhere where this was. And like it like gave me some things. It gave me some insights. Again, that's between me and God. And kept it real with me. And I was just like, oh shit. Wait, what? And it was just like, now you gotta go back. And in that moment, I remember, like, what? Because my consciousness, like, I'm literally, like, not accepting the fact that, like, this is not a dream. Like, I have fought this tooth and nail. And this is, like, all the way back when I was living in Florida. And I rarely tell people about this. And in that moment, like, it was like time to go back. And like that voice that was everywhere. I'm not about to sit up here and ever lie to y'all. I have not seen the face of God. I'm scared. I've not seen the face of God. Like God, like that I'm gonna refer to God as it's like, please don't clench y'all pearls. Like, I know, like, and where we at, yeah, like, this is gonna cause hell and high water. But I promise you I don't give a fuck. Please do not take this the wrong way. If there was ever a time I sat up here and did not give nothing a pronoun, nothing a gender, nothing a nothing, and I'm just like, it's God. It's God. Like, God is the only, like, God, it's, it's, like, I'm not talking he, she, they, them, it's, ITS, like, is it a no, it's Travis, stay on track. Anyways, it's, like, not of, like, but going back into the story, so, because now, like, I have to go back to all the way back to, like, 5, 6 years ago when that happened to me. All the way into, like, what's going on now. Because, again, I talked myself out of, like, that. But it happened. And so during that time, I tried rushing into the light. Like I said, it was mesmerizing. That voice said, like, Finney was like, go back. I was like, I don't wanna. Like, what? Do you see that light? That, I was just like, yo, like, I'm going, baby. It's time. What? There looks like there's no bills over there. There looks like there's no rent over there. It looks like there's no shit over there I gotta worry about other than, like, what? I was just like, and that shit was, ooh. Like, for those of you guys that have, like, read near death experience books, Sylvia Brown, etc., like, those phenomenons, it was more than just a phenomenon. Like, and this is still only the first time this happened to me. We're still only on the first time this happened to me. Right? So check it. So even though God is like, go back, I'm just like, nah. So I don't ask me why, even in my consciousness, I'm just like, I want to challenge. No, like, not like, don't challenge God, because I'm going to go into that. So it's just like, go back. So I go some way, somehow, and I try to run my ass into that light. I remember, like, I will never forget it. I try to run into that light. And I try to run into that light, and there was a bodyguard there. This is still only the first time this happened. There's a whole bodyguard there. I can't describe it to you. Just know there's a bodyguard there. And when I tried going and running, my consciousness got whooped and swooted all the way back into my body. That is the day I woke up breathing and gasping for air out my sleep. And did not know what was going on. Woke up, it was like in the wee hours in the morning. And I woke up gasping for air, and all the acid rushed to my body. And I fought tooth and nail, but the first words I could get out my mouth was, what the? Like, I'm hyperventilating. I'm like, what the? Like, first words I could get out my mouth was, what the fuck was that? Now, bam! Now, going all the way into what's happening, like, present day, everything from June 12th all the way into, like, June 19th. Because I got hit, like, yeah, it was like June 12th, like in the wee hours of the morning. And I didn't get like knocked out and like thrown into that where like, because if they didn't do it, I was going to die if I stayed awake. Like, so it was like and from that moment on, it's just like the only thing I remember everyone telling me is that it was literally on the brink of life and death. Everyone that saw me, everyone that was in the room, everyone that came in contact with me, it was literally on the brink of life and death. Again, now going back into details so y'all can like physically like visualize where I'm coming from with this. Tubes in my throat to help me breathe because I couldn't breathe. Tubes in my throat to, you know, like bruised lungs, bleeding on the brain, black eye, blunt. Just one more time. Like, I'm doing good. To the, I'm doing more than exceptionally well. So, now going back into being on the other side. As I'm on the other side, real quick, hold on before I go any further, because like this was another thing. Like again, going back into like the boundary period, because like a few people did it, and it was very tacky. It was very distasteful. It was very like, let's see, fascination. I hate that shit. Hate it. Because again, this is my life in real fucking time. Don't I full honesty moment, I hate being fantasized. I I hate being fantasized about. I hate people that like take the time to give me their false narrative of whatever perception they have of me. I can't like, and knowing what I do and how I do it and being in my authenticity. I don't like people to think for a given moment like this shit is fascinating. It's fascinating, yes. I'm not gonna lie. It's fascinating. I'm not gonna sit up here and play in any. We're not gonna do that one. It's fascinating. I get it. But at the same time, like, draw the line over what's appropriate and when it's not appropriate. I hope I don't have to go telling, like, we adults this. For a child, I'm gonna let them go wherever the fuck they mind want to go and whatever they want to ask me, and I'm gonna like throw on the cape that I got and I'm just gonna spin around in it and I'm gonna go like, yo, ba ba da da, I'm super trav. But for adults, I would hope we would have the empathy to know where, like, oh shit, like, are you okay? Like, oh my god, not like, oh my god, so like, what happened? I know something magical happened. Like, just tell me, like, what? Like, you're the Guys, viewer discretion is advised for the next sentence that's about to fly out my mouth. Viewer discretion is advised. Cover your ears, clench your pearls. I don't give a fuck. I can't. I'm from New York, and I'm gonna let 127 hop the fuck out of me real quick, unapologetically. I can't stand a dick sucker. I said it. I said it. Clench your pearls. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. I promise you, you could have stopped watching 15 minutes ago, but you didn't because you want to know more. Anyways, I can't stand that. Again, that's a sentence that never comes out of my mouth. I never get vulgar with that. I've never been the person to yell that out, but I get it. Because it's just like, and again, I am going to get back into the story. I'm going to get back into like telling everything and all the fun parts and letting y'all into like that deeper, like spiritual vulnerability. But like, yo, like just to like sit up here and like jump into wanting to hear the fascination versus having genuine empathy, I really hated that for you. Multiple people, actually. I hated it for you. I hated like talking to anyone and like that was their fascination. I hated it for y'all. And I really hated it for me because it's just like, oh, like whoa, like dead mom, like just recovered, and like y'all want to know like what the fuck I was doing in Neverland? That's weird. It's weird. Never gonna let you not think it's weird. It's weird. Okay, now that that's off my chest. Anyways, bam, so check it. So, as as this is like happening, I'm on the other side now while I'm knocked out, while I'm in the coma. My consciousness is like not here. But let me tell you something. I'm not about to sit up here and lie to y'all and be like, I got to go into the light. I did everything but get to go into that light. Like I was going places. I was traveling. I was in like different elements and different realms and doing like that's all I can remember. Like I was just traveling late. It was just like a bunch of like light beings and like it was just like, and here's the thing, still never like came in contact with God. Still did not come in contact like did not come in contact with God, but God was like everywhere. And not only was God everywhere, but like those beings of just like of happiness was everywhere, and souls that like have trespassed and that like got to move on, like the light. Let me tell you something, science fact. Y'all know how they say light travels? Light travels. Light is the only thing that cannot die. Light cannot die. Remember that. Light cannot die ever. Energy cannot be destroyed. Those are two truths that will always remain the same. Energy doesn't die, and light never ends. It does, but that's a story for. Mm. Anyway, we're not on that right now. Ah, yeah. So all of this is happening, and mind you, I'm still knocked out, and then even when I was still in an amnesia and I was forgetting everything, and I was just really ditzy, really I was really ditzy. I still I still don't remember just being here. It took me a hot minute to process and remember the fact that I was in a rehabilitation center because I went from the hospital to the rehabilitation center. And yo, real quick, appreciation shout out. Shout out to all the nurses that held it the fuck down. Shout out to all the staff members. Shout out to all just the beautiful people of Toro Hospital. And I forgot what the first one I was at, but y'all will get y'all credit. So shout out to the amazing staff. Shout out to back to story time. So all of this is happening, and I literally have had friends that told me, only 3 to 4 friends have told me while all of this was going on, I was in their dreams. I was in their dreams with 4 or 5 different people. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than 4. But they have all confirmed I was in their dreams. And they all told me the same thing individually. Yeah, he was in my dream. I was getting a phone call. What? Why is there phones in this? Anyways, but they all told me it was all the same way. Not you came to me and it was each individual told me they got a phone call from me. I was like, yo, that's special. Anyways, so again, doing all of this spiritual, and just remember being prayed over. I heard in another thing, so grateful for all the prayers, grateful for all the spiritual backgrounds, grateful for everybody's belief systems. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the prayers. I'm grateful. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me real quick. Don't even mind the state I'm in right now. Look at me. I'm grateful for all the prayers. I'm talking everywhere from Baptist to Pentecostal to to Wiccans to atheists to agnostic, to hoodoo priest, and I'm just oh shit, people are praying for me, and that's the thing. I heard nothing else over than multiple prayers wherever I was. But here's the crazy part. I was not only being anointed in prayers and hearing things through the physical. I heard everything. Everything. I heard everything. And here's the crazy part. And then I was being prayed over on the other side. Prayed over. So everyone that's praying in the physical, while my physical body is fighting to breathe for life. That's happening. But then wherever I am, all the angels, all the beings that did get to move into the light, it's going to be a conversation for another time, because everybody that dies don't make it there. It not about everybody that dies does not make it there. That is going to be a story for another time. So this is all happening, and I'm fascinated. I remember I felt like I was sunlight while I was gone. That's the only thing I remembered feeling. Just sunlight. I just remember sunlight. I remember how happy I was floating. And I remember that light. So let me tell you something. Ooh, I knew there was something I was forgetting. And I still didn't get to go into the light. Like, as much as I was, like, it reached a point where when I came back, I was stuck between, like going into that light, but there was multiple souls stopping me from going into that light. And God was just like, mm-mm, you got stuff to do. You have stuff to do. You have things you have to do. You have things and people you have to get together. You have boxes that need to break. You have things you have to do. I have things I have to do. That is the only reason why I am back. I have things I have to do. But I'm thinking I'm getting ready to, like, because I'm getting back after being all these other higher, like, places. Why? Why? Why, when I think and I'm about to, like, walk into the light, as I'm finally ready to, like, hey, like, I just finished, like, being in some amazing places around some amazing, beautiful beings, and, like, just, and I remember people telling me again, you was everywhere from, like, you just always thought you was on a vacation. Like, yeah, like, I was just left Earth, bitch. Like, don't, it's ghetto here. I hate it. But I have to make do what I have to make do. Anyways, so again, not getting all these messages before I'm getting ready to come back. Different angels, different deceased, like, different, like, family members that are within the light. They're all, don't ask me nothing in detail, but they're all doing what they gotta do. We all kumbaya and singing and, like, and messages and blessings and prayers and gifts and reminders and this and that. I just love talking about it now. I love talking about it. Look at y'all, so y'all can't, I got light in my eyes now. I got light in, there's, I love talking about it. Because when I remember it, I just hug myself. Oh, here's the crazy part. Bum, 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 bum. So check it. So then I see my goddamn, like, my mom's spirit is there. I'm like, whoa, like, mom, like, what you doing here? Like, yo, like, girl, like, we dreaming. What? Yo, I was like, again, my consciousness, you know what I love? You know what I thought that was beautiful one day? When I was praying and meditating and doing some affirmations. It was, and this was only 2 to 3 weeks ago I said this actually. You know what was told to me? The most beautiful thing about you is that even when you were everywhere, you stayed beautiful. No matter where you went, you stayed beautiful. I think that within itself is beautiful to be reminded of. That even through these moments of everything was beautiful. And now it's going back into this, going back into, like, seeing mommy. I'm gonna forever call her mommy. I'll call her mommy till this day. I've never gave that woman anything less than the Y at the end. I see mommy. And as I'm seeing mommy, I'm like, okay, like, oh, we're dreaming. Like, this is fun. I like, and like, we hugging, but like, she was last voice I heard. She was literally the last voice I heard. I got to see, like, I saw her, like, we danced, and like, everyone that was around, like, between the light and like, that was just like, we all rooting for you. We all rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. Fuck, 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 fuck. Yeah, all I remember was the messages she gave me. And again, that's between me, her, and God. And I smiled so hard. And she, let me tell you something, she filled me in on everything that happened. I was filled in on everything that was happening while I was on the other side and like all the other stuff. But she like filled me in on what I was gonna have to deal with when I got back. Doris was just like, that's some shit. Mm. Hold on real quick. Cause let me tell y'all something real quick. Yes, I'm about to have a moment where I give my mom kudos to how she was with a Lil Wayne verse real quick. And I call it like I see it with no glasses on. But most of y'all don't get the picture unless the flashes. What? Satisfied with nothing. You don't know the half of it. But she called it like she saw it. And she warned me of all the shit I was about to go back into. And she gave me all the principles she raised me with. Yep, sure the hell did. And I was prepared for all the shit I was going to have to come back to. I was like, what? And you know what she let me know? She said, I'm not going nowhere. She's just like, you take care, you do your thing. Like, when you hear my voice, you listen. And she goes, and she always told me this when she was alive. And she said it before she goes. She said, because you going to hear it. And I told you all the time you going to hear it. And then after that, my aunt, all I hear is my aunt, my godmom that dies the month before, like, Vaughn, you got it. What? What? Boy, you can't make this shit up. We're wrapping this one up. Do what you want with it. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm here. Moment of vulnerability. Let me tell y'all why I don't care and have ever cared about boxes, about perceptions, about perspectives, about anything that went against anything other than my truth of being greater than. Come on, take the hat off. You're gonna see the face. You're gonna see the little, like, cute little, like, it's a whole lot going on. And to anybody's opinions of, oh, cut the beard, send the money so I can get the beard cut. Thanks. Because there's too many opinions, too many beautiful opinions, thoughts, this, that, and the third. And it's just like, yo, I've gone out my way to not be cocky. I still go out my way to stay humble, to stay beautiful, and to keep it a buck. Let me tell you something. I'm not here for the boxes. I'm here to break them. I'm not here for opinions. I'm not here for opinions. Opinions don't get the bills paid. I'm not here to go back and forth with nobody over anything. I'm not over here to stress about coin, a bill, to argue with people. I'm not here to do none of that. I am here to just beautifully exist. I am here because life was granted to me to be here. I am here because I was shown grace. I was reminded. I'm not here on my own accord. Don't think after this entire story again. I'm not here on my own accord. I'm not here on my own accord. I'm here because there's shit that I have to do. And there's things that we're going to do. And the we ain't rated E for everyone. Don't, again, disclaimer, this is not rated E for everyone. This is for those of you that made it all the way to the end of this video. We gonna look out for each other. We gonna break barriers. We're gonna move mountains. We're gonna break the boxes. We're gonna do better. Again, if you took the time to watch all of this, to understand, to be here, me living and being back, you're who I'm here for. With a smile, with a hug, with reminders, with leadership, because there's I'm not even gonna call it a war. Things everywhere, everything is gonna go exactly where everything needs to be. That's the only way I have been given permission to word this. Everything is going to go exactly where it needs to go soon. That's it. This is fun. This is fun. I'm gonna hold myself accountable and finally stick by, again, letting you guys into my personal moments, because as I was reminded, my one job is to beautifully exist. My one job is to practice what I preach and to lead by example. And to trust this always. And to lead with my integrity. And to lead with my purpose. And not to ever second guess for a split second. I'm not anything less than great than. We gotta get it together. We have to grow, we gotta heal, we gotta transcend. We have to break barriers, and we have to break boxes, because there's a lot of shit that's ass backwards, and a lot of ghetto shit that should not have our feathers ruffled. a lot, because, like, Earth gets ghetto. Like, no one is above it. Earth's really, but again, after all I've been through, I'm not in the headspace to, like, not hear people that are comfortable in sulking versus walking. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up, and this was fun. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I just jumped into it. So thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for being patient. Like, yeah, everything is like split, but like, it got done. It got done. And I love you all unconditionally. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that held it down. Thank you to everyone that kept it real. Thank you to everyone that prayed for me and over me. Thank you to everyone that contributed $1 to the GoFundMe account. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that shared a smile. Thank you to everyone that took the time to be. Thank you. Y'all all played your part. There's no competition. Nobody's greater than. There's no favorite people. All right. I'm like, anyways. I just feel like this is spirit. Like, I feel like this is where we're gonna put a cap on this one. This is where we're gonna put a cap on this one. Stay blessed. I love you all. Hold on, wait, like, shout out to Cafe Istanbul for holding it down. Like, my Uncle Chuck, like, I love you. Like, I love the establishment. I love Cheyenne. I love everyone. Thank you. Thank you to the entire Cafe Istanbul, like, staff and family. Thank you to fucking Poor Boys. Thank you to Poor Boys that held it down. They threw me a whole fucking Vogue party. They threw me a whole Vogue party with the greatest DJs in this city. Shout out to Ian. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Zevi. Shout out to, who am I missing? Like, I don't know, like, everyone that did it, but like, and I think Otto was one of them. Yes, and shout out to Otto. Like, shout out to my baby Cat. Shout out, like, Cat held it down. Cat remembered who I was, and Cat was just like, nah, like, Travis got a GoFundMe account going. Like, we going about to, like, look out for him. Like, we throwing a Vogue party. What? They threw me a Vogue party, and by the time, like, I was out the hospital, so, like, I was like, oh, they're throwing a Vogue party. I was like, I want to go, but, like, I was in no way, shape, or form, like, I could leave my bed. I couldn't even, as much as I wanted to, I couldn't even do it. Like, shout out to, again, the hospital, like, staff at Turo Medical Center. Shout out to my brother Marcus for, like, taking the time to drop everything and to come do and help, like, the best way he could, and for making that sacrifice and holding it down. Like, shout out to all my friends, all my soul tribe. Shout out to my wife, Lorikins, who, like, still held it down. Shout out to, like, my best friends, Sequoia and Devante and Mia and Stephanie and then Tiffany. And shout out to my pumpkin. Shout out to Pumpkin, like, baby. And shout out to, again, like, I don't remember everything, but just shout out to everyone that did take the time to genuinely hold it down. That took the time to genuinely hold it down. Shout out to Papa Elias for taking the time to pray over me, like, and to be there and to be genuine. Shout out to Queenly Conjure. Shout out to Raina for like just saying fuck the fuck shit. Like, I am here for Travis. I don't care what anyone else got going on. Like, yo, shout out to you. Shout out to freaking Tiffany Monique for like there, I said it, the whole Govey, like, let me tell you something. I love Tiffany. I'm in New Orleans to this day because of Tiffany. That, I will always vouch for my Tiffy. Actually, for both Tiffany's. Like, it's just something about a woman named Tiffany. Like, I've never met a problematic Tiffany. I'm just saying. But yeah. And shout out to everyone else. Like, I know I'm missing a lot of people. You know what? And like, before I conclude everything and wrap things up, shout out to my flower. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Ben for doing what he could. Shout out for Ben. For going through everything that he's going through in his life. And going through all of that. And although we have gone separate ways, that's still my best friend. Shout out to the flower. That will forever be my best friend. And shout out to Kitty Cat. Kitty Cat made shit real weird. But this is not the energy about that. Also, shout out to Kitty Cat for doing what Kitty Cat could do. And how Kitty Cat contributed. Shout out to Kitty Cat. Alright. Now we're done. And yeah. Have a blessed day.